I have received complaints regarding difficulties with W3 spaces. That's because the free account only limits you to 500 requests a month. Now, initially I thought a request is just a save, a delete, no, and I have reviewed it. What it means by request is actually HTTP requests. But there are several types, no. For example, the moment a user retrieves your website, it's called a GET request. So that's one request. When a website is being retrieved, it's one GET request. Now, when a user clicks a button on your web page, that's a post request. Okay, you can learn this again. No, this will be discussed in your web page programming course. No, that's when a button is clicked. That's a post request. When you save a file, that's a put request. Okay, put request. And then when you delete a file, that's called a delete request. Do you follow? So the more frequent your website will be accessed, no, it means the more requests, and eventually, if you have a lot of followers, no, your website will run out of the limited 500 requests a month. That's why I have extended myself to 2,500. No, I paid 50 pesos for it. But anyway, there are 4 other websites which offers free requests, or rather free hosting. No, one of the most popular, however, is GitHub, no, or Git.io, github.io, or you can go to github.com. Okay, I have here a link how to publish a GitHub repository as a web request, as a website, no, and then you can also download. No, by the way, my website is already in github.io. For example, if you go there, it's the same website I have given you there. No, I've just copied everything. GitHub is a playground for open source programmers. No, so a lot of open source is there. It's like W3 schools, but W3 schools is not free. Okay, GitHub is free, and so far it did not announce any limitations on the use of your free website. No? Like in this case, you will have your whatever your login name is, and then github.io, and then for every web page you have a website, you have a slash. No, you can advertise several web pages. I did not see any limitation. No? Though I think there's a limitation for a free site. Otherwise, they will waste a lot of spaces. Okay, what you will do here is, if you haven't signed up, okay, you sign up there, no, and then you log in using your any email account. Okay, do you follow? Now, unlike W3 spaces, GitHub doesn't offer you online editing. So you'll have to download an offline editor called Brackets. You can also use Visual Studio Code. No? What you usually do, GitHub is like Google Drive. Okay, do you follow? Where you can synchronize, all your files will be stored locally, and you can synchronize them with your GitHub repository. What is a GitHub repository? It's a folder in your GitHub site. Do you follow? Okay. For example, I have here one repository. You can create any repository you like. Okay. So one GitHub repository is just one folder. Now, for beginners, it's advisable that you download all your files from W3 Spaces. How do you download that? You have to use Notepad, no? Copy and paste. Okay. Everything. Ito, no? So for example, I have index.html in my site. I have downloaded this to my folder. No, all the sites I have downloaded by using Notepad. No, I'll edit each file. Do you follow? I'll edit each file like that, no? I'll copy it, no? Control A. Okay, and then copy. And then I'll open my notepad or any editor you like. And then you paste. And then you save this as save as, no? Do you follow? That's how there's no direct way to download. So because I don't know why, no, but GitHub does rather W3 spaces doesn't allow you to directly download. You have to copy and paste. Okay. Any questions so far? No. So now, in my case here, it's advisable that you just download everything and then upload everything to GitHub, because GitHub doesn't allow you to edit your repository online. Okay. So for the moment, if you'd like to make a change in your repository, you have to delete it and then upload it again. It's not that straightforward, but although it's easy, no? What you need to do is download GitHub desktop. GitHub desktop allows you to synchronize. Let me show you that. No? Okay, let me delete this. Okay. So for example, you can have a new repository, no? And so we say I'll call it ITC2. This is important, okay? This is very important because this will be the name of your URL. Okay, and then I'll make it public, and then I'll just say create repository. Okay. Okay. You can set up it in desktop. It's recommended to do it, but for first-time beginner, for first-time users, you can upload existing file. No? Upload an existing file. We do that here, and then whatever files you have that you have downloaded from W3 spaces, you just upload it there. Okay. There's a video which I posted, no, on how to do this. No. Anyway, this is the easiest way. Okay. This is the easiest way to do it. No. Okay, so I have these original files. No. All I need to do is select all and then copy. Rather drag. No. You drag it there, no, like that. When there's a plus, you just release it. It will start uploading the files. But it does not save it automatically, no? Okay. You have to press commit changes. Are you following me here, no? Commit changes. Once you have committed the changes, it's already there, but it's not yet published. Okay, so if you go back to your main website, no, and then look at repositories again, I now have two repositories. No, I can click, for example, ITC2. I published ITC, but ITC2 is not published. How do you publish it? So, for example, when you say, I say GRA Heralde GitHub ITC, I have it published. But when I say, sorry, no, GRA Herald GitHub ITC2, okay, it's not there because it's not yet published. Okay, so what you will need to do is open the repository and go to settings. Take a look at this, no? Okay, there's a link. You listen to this, okay? This is very important. After that, no, you go to pages right here, no, at the bottom left. At the bottom left, you have pages. You just click it here. And then the source, okay? This is the property that you need to change in order to publish. GitHub is currently disabled, okay? You click this and just choose main, okay? And click save, okay? You can also choose themes if you like, not separate from W3 schools, but the W3 school spaces will completely work. Now, if you go back if you try to open that, it may not be, it's there, no, but sometimes it's not there right away, no. You have to wait a few seconds, no. It's not minutes, no. You just have to wait a few seconds before it's active. Do you follow? So this is a W3 template which I've used, no. I've uploaded to GitHub and it completely works, no? Like as if it's a native and a source. Of course, because no, W3 is also open. Okay. Any questions so far?
Sir,
Yes.
sir,
Yes.
ask ko lang po, if nakasubmit na po ng link po dun sa Diagler, then kasi hindi na po nagana yung sa WT kasi yung request po something. Mag-submit pa po kami ulit ng bagong
Yes.
link po, sir.
Yes. Yes. Okay. But even if it doesn't work in W3 schools, you can still download it, right?
Yes po.
Pwede mo i-download mo locally, and then you upload it to GitHub. Okay, and then you update, you post it, it's open. The quiz is still open. Do you follow? No?
Yes po, sir.
Okay. Now, it's like this, no? In order to edit your website, you don't edit it directly from GitHub. GitHub doesn't allow you that. Okay, do you follow? Okay, let me choose this again now. Okay. What you need to do is download GitHub Desktop. Okay, GitHub Desktop, and then you install it, no? Okay. So I do not have to clone this, no? Yeah, let me clone this again, and then GitHub this desktop automatically identifies which of your repositories are not cloned. Okay, you can clone it again, no, using then you have to log in that. No, I forgot my my password, but let me look up for it. No, you have to re-log in. Okay. Ano nangyari? I'm sorry, I lost my recording. Oh my, I'm sorry, no. Okay. Let me just look up my my password. Okay. Okay. So anyway, it doesn't. If it doesn't work, you just have to repeat it, no? Okay. Anyway, once you have that, the repository will be duplicated on your assigned folder. The moment you clone, it's called cloning. Okay. For example, okay, I have cloned it here, no? Dito, no? Usually I've cloned it here, and then anyway, you download brackets, and then you can start editing your web page. This is a very good editor. This is like Visual Studio. The good thing about this is it's like Visual Studio, except that it already has the same it already has the same a compiler, no? if you are using Visual Studio Code yourself, the thing is, after installing Visual Studio, you have to install online live server. Do you follow? Dito, you don't have to do that anymore. Okay, you just select your index. Okay, and then you click here, no, live preview. Okay, so this is better than Visual Studio Code, and then you run it there locally. Now your website is running locally. No, do you follow? Do you follow? Brackets. The name is Brackets. You can download it from GitHub also, no? And then you commit your desktop. So that's just the way it is, no? You have to program locally and then commit your update so that it will be replicated in your GitHub site. GitHub is usually done like that because it is designed to work for teams, no? So that teams can work together, no? Piece by piece, and then you can just upload one file at a time, and then it will upload your project right away, no? Together, because many of the projects in GitHub are open source. Now, in your case, you can do it easily because you're just using your repository yourself, no? However, now for now, no, if you don't want to go through the hassle of committing and using brackets, no, you can download all files from your W3 spaces and then upload it to your GitHub repository and then publish it, no, using settings and pages. Do you follow? Any questions? No. For the moment, let me delete my ITC, my second repository because I don't need it anymore. No. Okay. How do I delete this? No. To delete this, you go to settings and then there's a danger zone. You just delete this repository. Okay. Just have to retype it anyway. Now, deleting the repository deletes all files under the repository and unpublishes it anyway. No? I don't have to do it myself because, yeah. So I now have removed the repository myself. No? So I have one more repository here. This is it. No? Do you follow? You can add files. Now, deleting a file and adding it again will not work. Okay, you just have to really commit, no, using GitHub desktop. So I suggest you just recreate the repository again, upload all files, no, and then publish it again. Then that's the easiest way for now, no. And then if you watch the video, if you watch this video, no, how to publish, no, how to host a website using GitHub pages. Okay, you watch this, and then how to publish a GitHub repository. I placed it here, no. Okay, it's here, no. Do you follow? Okay, how to publish a GitHub repository. It's here. You watch this. It's not a very long video. I think about 30 minutes, no. Then you can be a GitHub user already. Okay, it will be very useful because many of your courses will require you to use GitHub. Okay. Any questions so far? Okay. So now let's go to our main topic. Our last topic, no, we'll just maybe review this again, no, is using of JavaScript objects. Okay. What are JavaScript objects? They are just like arrays, no? Okay. But the good thing about objects is there are just records. Is arrays are single property, no? You will have a name and a value. Okay, A of 1, A of 2, A of 3, no? Unlike an array, no? The element to an array is accessed by a number, a subscript like W of 1, W of 2. Okay? Now, in an object, no? The element of an object is assigned by a property and value pair, which means that in this case you have the property type. For example, the object car, no, we declare const car has the properties type, model, and color. No? Properties are ordinary JavaScript types. They can be numbers, no? They can be strings and booleans. Okay, so name value pairs. No, that's what an object is. No, do you follow? Okay, any questions so far? This is a person. No, this is an example. This is also an example of another object called a person, which has properties name, first name, last name, age, and eye color. Okay, you can try this yourself. No, do you follow? You can try this yourself. Okay, do you follow? So this is the script. No, you have const person. Now to access the property of the object, okay, you start with a object name as declared, like its person dot property. Do you follow? In an array, you say W of 1, W of 2, W of 3. I don't think you have this in C++. Do you have objects? Yes, you have objects there, no? Do you follow? Okay. Okay. Now, aside from that, no, objects can have properties called methods, where you can perform manipulation on the object itself, no? Like, for example, if you want to change the name of an object, no, and so forth, no. Okay, now let me show you an example in our W3 spaces or GitHub space, no? Okay. On the use of objects called shopping carts, no? Because in a shopping cart, you will have grocery items, like, right? Okay. What is a grocery item? It will have a name, it will have a quantity, and it will have a selling price, and it will have a total amount, no? So a shopping cart is just a collection of grocery items, where each grocery item is an object. Let's look at that, no? Let's view the code. Have you viewed this already? You will need this in your payroll program, okay? Because in your payroll program, you will need an object called an employee, where it has an employee name, it has a daily rate, and it has a day's work and deductions. Do you follow? I'll show you that. No, I've shown you that, but I'll show you that again. Okay, this is shopping cart, no? Okay. Now there's a special input here called a select input. Okay. The main difference between a select and an input is a select will have a combo box, and you can only choose, no? So a select is actually an input type also. Do you follow? But instead of using input, you will just say select, and the name is, and the ID is item des or item description. Okay, you will assign it a name or an ID, whatever you like. Okay, and then you will have an input for quantity. Okay, you will have an input for selling price, and you have a label for amount. The amount is automatically computed. Okay, and you will have a button called add to cart. Do you follow? So it's like this, no? And hindi na ito. So this is, I have deleted this already, no? Let me go back to this. View source kasi. This is add to cart. Okay? So this is an array of objects. Each object is a grocery item. When you say add to cart, you are adding an item to your array of grocery items. Do you follow? Any questions so far? Let's look at the code. There's a button called, okay, add to cart. So sa payroll, you will have add employee, add to payroll. Okay. You will also have a clear cart button. You have a show cart button. This is version 1, no? Now later we will have a different version where we don't have a show cart. The cart will automatically be shown. No? Okay, and then you have a initialize cart, no? And then do we have a delete item? Meron na ba tayong delete item? We don't have a delete item, but we will have a delete item on the second version. Okay. So okay, and then on during input of the quantity, we will and the quantity and the price. Sorry. During input of the quantity and the price, we will call the JavaScript function compute amount on key up, just like we do in conversion, di ba? On key up, and then we will have a name, okay, and the amount also in a read only, because we will compute the amount as quantity times unit price. Okay, so we initialize the cart. The cart is an array of objects, so this is how we initialize an empty array. Okay, okay. Okay. Now, if you look at this, no, this shopping cart, okay, we will have, okay, cart items, and we will have cart total. So the cart footer is empty because the footer of the cart will have the total, no, and then the cart of items is cart dot length. Now, initially this is a 0 because cart dot length is 0. Cart is an array of objects. Okay. Now here's our function add to cart. Before we add to cart, we declare the item cart CI, which is the grocery item or cart item. Okay. The item description, we initialize it to something, and then the price is 0, the quantity is 0. Now there's an amount, there's a method. Okay. There's a method, no? Just like in C++, there's a different syntax only. Only there's a difference in syntax. No? We call this amount method as item amount, the label, and the function as item amount, open, close. And we call this as ci.item amount. Do you follow? So ci item, which is the description, we get it from the item desk input. Do you follow? And ci item.qty, we get it from the qty input. Remember, we have here in our HTML, you have qty, no? And then you will have item, this is the name, no? Item desk. Do you follow? Okay. So ci item is item desk input, which is a select. The difference between a select and a the difference between a select and an input is a select will have a drop down box. It's like a combo box, no? Okay. And then we will get the element, the price from the ID price, which is in our HTML, which is this ID price, which is of type number. The selling price, how much we buy. We can disregard the console. So now we are declaring an object which has an item, which has a quantity and a price, and automatically, okay, the item amount will be computed. Okay, so now we have an item, and then remember, to add an item to an array, we say cart.push.ci. Remember si cart, who is cart? You have initialized it, no? This is a global array. Cart is an empty array at the beginning. When we say init cart, when it is pushed, we are pushing an item to the cart. Okay, let's look at that. Ito, no? We are pushing the item CI to the cart every time the button add to cart is clicked. Okay. So here is the compute amount. No? Okay. Ito yung compute amount niya. Oh. Okay. Right away, it's done. No? We get the quantity from the input element ID. No? Okay. No, this is a compute amount property, no? Or rather function in JavaScript. But there's an item amount for the object. They follow? The item amount is the round of this that price and this that qty. You know what this is? Ano ibig sabihin ng this? What does this mean in C#? rather C++. Anyone? Do you all know what this? Itong this? Okay. In Delphi, this is called self. In Java, I'm not sure. I've admitted dumandan, no? Yes, the specific instance. No? Kung sino si CI during runtime. Yeah, because sometimes there can be several cart items, no? Cart item 1, cart item 2, no? So therefore, this is the current item, cart item, no? Whoever this is. Well, because during runtime, we don't know the name, okay, of the instance, okay? But we can retrieve it using this, okay? So when we show the contents of the cart, there's a button called show cart. Here it is, no? We're just going to call a cart.text, okay? Cart.text amount, okay? So take note, there's an item, cart.I is that particular item, okay? Okay, do you follow? And then we put it, no? We put it in the cart cart element. What is a cart element? It's a paragraph, no? In this case, no? So like this, no? So let's say I'll order 2 sardines, 3. The amount 4, 2 times 4 is 8. Then I click add to cart. Okay, and then show cart. So that is it, no? Then I'll add another item, shampoo, 3 at 5. Then the amount is 20. Add to cart and then show cart. Okay, do you follow? Do you get my point? So the items bought is 2. The total amount is 2. So this is the cart. No, this is the cart item, or rather the cart element. Okay, I can clear the cart, so I'm back to 0. I can add to cart again and then show cart. Do you follow? Okay, toothpaste 2, 6. Okay, add to cart and then show the cart. Do you follow? Any questions so far? So that's what an object is, no? It's like a C# object, no? But there's a difference in the way you declare a method to the object. No? You declare this in the method kasi in C# you declare the implementation, you have an implementation, you have a declaration and implementation. You declare the method, but the body, you postpone the contents of the body in the implementation. In JavaScript, no, the implementation is there during the declaration of the object, like here, no. So the implementation of the function item amount is declared right away when you declare the object. Okay. Any questions? No, nandito na siya. Man, it has a name. It even has a name, no. Usually the name and the function name are assigned the same way. Okay. Any questions? Now, let me show you, okay, a part of the shopping cart which has tables, HTML tables, because a paragraph is not good, no? Diba? Do you follow? Here it is. Now it looks like a more or less it has the functionality of a Lazada shopping cart. So the main difference is when you say 2, 5, add to cart, the cart is written there right away. Do you follow? And then you say shampoo 3 at 15, you add to cart, so it's there right away, no? And then we have toothpaste 5 at 30, very cheap. Okay, so you have 230 pesos for 3 items. This is not a paragraph, but this is a table. It has a header and a footer. The header will indicate the column names. The footer will indicate the total number of items and the total amount. This is called an HTML table. Okay. Now you can delete an item. Right here, if you want to delete shampoo, you say item number 2. You click delete, and then there's a confirmation, and it will delete the item and update the total items and the price. Okay, automatic. Any questions so far? So this is a table. Okay, this is a table header, and this is a table footer. Now inside the header 1 and 2, let me add another one. No? So let's say noodles 6, 18. Inside this is called the table body. No? The table body is composed of a table row. Okay, remember table header, table footer. There's table row, and each table row is composed of a table column. No? In HTML, we call a table row as TR. Do you follow? And we call a table column as a TD. No, hindi TC, no? Okay? Hindi, it's not TC, but TD. Table data. Do you follow? That's a column in the table. Now, a table is a collection of rows. A row is a collection of columns or data. Okay? Do you follow? Can we view the page source? No? Let's look at the add to cart. No? Add to cart button. On click add to cart. Okay, ito yung add to cart. We declare the cart item. Now this is called cart item. It's not CI, but it's now cart item. But it has the same properties. Item description, which is called item, the price, the quantity, and the item amount. Okay, we get this from the item list, which is a select input. We have QTY price, and then automatically it has a it computes the item amount because it's a property. Okay, do you follow? And then we just push. Okay, and then we call show cart. That's the main difference. Do you follow? We call show cart. So the next thing to do is to look at show cart. We don't have a show cart button, but automatically when you click add to cart, we will call show cart. Do you follow? So T header is the T head. No? This is the T head. This is how you declare a header in HTML. We just stitch them together into a JavaScript string. Okay, so the T header, and then you will have the hand. If you have a header, if you have a T head, you will have an end T head. Okay, so inside the head, you will have rows. The first row, okay, is a number. Okay, which is a lot. Meron na pala siyang counting. There's a little styling, but disregard for the moment. Then you have a quantity, T head, no, and then TR and TH. Okay, one row. TR is one row in the header. TH is the data in the header. Do you follow? The data in the row is TD. The data in the header is TH. You'll have number, you have quantity, you have style, you have amount and amount. Okay. So if you look at that, this is the header. You have number, you have item, quantity, and price and amount. Okay. Do you follow now? With TH, it makes it bold. Do you follow? Do you follow? So that's the first thing to do. We just refresh the whole cart. We print the header, okay, and then we do a loop. We reprint the whole cart by printing everything in the cart item. L is the cart dot length, and we loop I from 0 to, okay, I plus plus, no, okay. I is lesser than L, okay. We loop from I is equal to 0 and I is lesser than L because arrays like in C++ start at 0 and end at I minus 1. Do you follow? Do you follow? So T body is just a variable. Ln plus 1 is the line number because we are going to print it at TD. Okay. The first TD is Ln. This is it, no? Ito, 1, 2, 3. That's Ln. It's I plus 1. We can't have a I because I starts at 0. At 0, we have to start numbering at 1. And then we have a style, a simple style, no? To align it left, align it right. Okay. The first item is cart.item, aside from ln. Okay. The next TD is quantity. Okay. That's quantity. If you look at that up, this is item, this is quantity. Okay. QTY. And the next is price. Do you follow? So this is price. And the last is the method item amount. Okay. And we'll have an accumulator. Total amount is equal to cart plus item dot amount. Initially, it's assigned to 0. No, it's here. No, in the initialization, total amount is equal to 0. Okay. Okay. So now we are able to add T body. Okay. Okay. So each T body is assigned a row for each cart item. And after that, we'll have the footer. And then we get the element by ID cart. Where is it? No, it's in our HTML element ID cart. It's a paragraph, no? Okay. It's a paragraph initially, but when we show the cart, we will convert it into a table. The element ID by cart, inner HTML table header plus table. A table should start with a table tag and an end table tag. No, it will have the header, it will have the body, and followed by the footer. Do you follow? Do you get my point? Any questions so far? Okay. So every time we add to cart, we just clear the old cart. We don't have, and then reprint the new cart. Okay, like this, no? Hot dog. So we say 5. How much is a hot dog? 15. Add to cart. Actually, it's very fast. No? It clears everything. Hot dog is here. You want to delete it? You say 4. Okay. Okay. It also has the delete cart, delete button. Okay. Delete item button. So you are going to use the confirm. Okay. Okay. And then get the item to be deleted in del item input. This is an input called del item. And then you confirm. What you will do is call cart.splice. Okay. Okay. Do you follow? Cart.splice. The item number -1. Okay, 1. The second one indicates how many you are going to splice. Splice will just remove an item at a particular position. Do you follow? We deduct it by 1 because it starts at 0. And then once it's deleted, we just show cart. Okay, show cart again, which creates the table header, the table body, and the table footer. Do you follow? Any questions so far? Okay. Okay. So let me show you brackets, no, of payroll. Just like, you know, I have my payroll program here. Of course, you will have a, you know, this simple payroll.html. I'll just run this here. So it's very similar to the cart item, or rather the cart program. Do you follow? But here we do not have an input, shall we say. We just have, we do not have a select, but we have an input. The day's work is 4. The daily rate is, shall we say, 500. A deduction amount for that, for John, sorry, no, for John, shall we say, is 300. The add employee. So this is a table, no? The first employee is John. The day's work is 500. The gross pay is 2,000 minus 1,000 minus 300. That's a 1,700 net pay for John. Okay. Then we'll say Peter. Peter has worked 6 days, and the rate is 550. But he has owed, for example, made an advance of 1,500. Then we add employee, so Peter only gets a net pay of 1,800. So likewise, we have a header, we have a body, we have a footer. We have a total net pay, we have a total deduction amount, and we have a total gross pay. Do you follow? So we have our current number of employees is 2. We'll say Mary. Okay. 5. Employee. So this is like the shopping cart. No? So if you have the shopping cart item, you can recreate this, no? Using by changing the properties of the object. You don't call it cart item anymore, but you can call it employee with the properties name, base work, daily rate, and deduction amount. And an automatic computation of net pay. Net pay is also automatic computation of gross pay. So there are two methods here. The first method is the gross pay, which is days work plus times daily rate. And the second method is the net pay, which is gross pay minus the deduction amount. Okay, it's a little more complicated, but it's easier actually. No, the code is actually easier. No, if you look at the code, it's here in brackets. No, mas madali. No, I'm not, of course, going to explain that because that's your assignment. Okay. Okay. Any questions? So let me check the attendance before we leave. No, we leave early today, but we will review by next meeting. Okay. The sample, tests are there. Okay, rather the practice tests are there. Okay. Okay. Armayan, Awing, Borja, Bulaw, Kanakan, Lumandan, Christian.
Present, sir.
Yes. Ay, yeah, correct. Galyawan, Christine. Di ba siya pumasok kanina? Guevara, Jose, Joey, Lee, Sojong, Lumapay, Maningo, Francis, you're here. Maningo, Maningo, do you have mic? Umiktin.
Present, sir.
Thank you. Prado. Sevilla. Any questions so far? Did I miss anyone else? So ganun, no? This will be your final project, which is the simple payroll. Okay. Casas. Sorry. No? Casas and Wabina. Yes. Okay. Anyone else? Okay. So make sure if you have problems, no, you start writing your programs. If you have problems, you can ask them next meeting. Haruyama.
Aruyama present, sir.
Yes. Sino po yung isa? Okay. So next meeting, I will review this, and if you have questions. So have you started your programs already? Let me show. Let me look at that now. I'm going to review everyone, no, who doesn't have a website yet. So if you have problems, it's good to start writing in W3 spaces because you have an editor, and then launch it also in your GitHub because GitHub doesn't have an editor, no. Bakit? I'm sorry now. I think I have another one here.
Sir,
Yes.
nagpa-vaccine daw po si Jose pati si Prado daw po.
Jose and Prado.
Yes po, sir.
Bakit wala sila dito sa aking listahan?
Hindi ko pa alam, sir.
Can you chat me, Prado and Jose? Rocky? They don't even chat. They're not here, oh. And then they don't even chat. So how can I, how can I check? Okay. So I'm sorry, I can't check them, no? They're not on the participants list. They're not in the waiting room and they don't chat. So most probably they're not here. Okay. Any other questions? No. So anyway, let me check your, no. Let me check those. Initially, no. I think many of you have already started, no. Okay. Many of you already have started your now shopping cart version 3, by the way, no. It has styling, no. Your styling is not required, no, but you can use some styling there, no. Before I forget, no. Okay, if you look at the code, there's a simple styling, okay. A styling tag, no? Cart. When you say cart, this is a ID, sharp cart, the ID of the cart. TD. This is cart TD, which means the row of a cart. This is a cart TH, which is the header of the cart. Okay, and then this is a property of the cart TH. No, now the nth child has a color which is like green, and the nth child which is odd has this color. So that's why you will have this. No, okay, you follow. So a simple styling, it's not required, but some of you may want to do this, especially those who have done some HTML in high school. But this is a simple style tag. No? Now, some of you may be proficient enough to split your files, no, from your HTML to your JavaScript. I've seen that in a very few students, but I don't encourage that now, no, because it will be hard for me to check your scripts. Okay, do you follow? So for the moment in this course, no, our HTML and our script will be in one file. Okay, one file, no, don't separate, because it will be hard for me to correct them, especially online. Okay, any questions? Okay, now let me look at your some of your codes, no. Isahin natin si Almonte, yeah. Bagal. Only 81 attempts. So, konti-konti pa. Marami pang kulang, no? About 30 more. Where's this Almonte? Okay, W3 spaces. Okay na. Okay. Okay. Simple computations. Income tax calculator. Okay. How do we run this?
Wala po na-update yung code, sir, sa
Okay.
individual activities, sir. Pero yung main web page po, sir, kaya tapos na.
So, you put a button. You intend to put a button here. So, ganun ba?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Anyway, that's good enough, no? Template. Let's look at the template. You can upload this to an GitHub, no? So W3. Okay, so tingnan mo, no? It doesn't look like you're a beginner anymore, no? Okay? It doesn't look like you're a beginner anymore. Okay, frankly speaking, no? Banggood, let's look at it. Banggood, do you have your, no, already?
For me, sir, kaya nag-expire, ay like naubos na yung request ko, sir, for like yung current nga website ko, sir. So, nag-transfer ako to a different account.
What's the account?
Ay, hindi ko pa rin hindi ko pa din lagay, sir.
Make sure you email me, no? You put it there in your, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if you like, you can use GitHub. It's a little difficult, no? Pero hindi siya ganun ka-straightforward, but it has no limits. Versable. Versable, nandito, no? Obilyawan just came in. You're not supposed to add the two numbers, no? It's just an example.
Yes, sir. Nag-chat ko, sir. Wala pa na ako na
Okay.
finish.
Wala pa, no? But you already have that template. I suggest you use, I already have the main page. No template at all, no? It's okay, no? If you don't want to use any template at all.
Yes, sir. Mag-design pa po, sir.
Okay. We have Versabal, Calio. Calio, do you already have? Bagal naman. Calio, do you have? Wala pa, no? Ethan, didn't submit any attempt yet. Casas,
Sir, wala. Wala pa po sa akin, sir. Hindi ko pa po na-edit.
Casas ito? Casas? Casas ba?
Apo,
Francis?
sir.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you, sir.
Basta make sure next week, ha, kasi I don't have anything to check.
Sure po. Thank you,
Chavez. This is Chavez, it comes from another place. We'll have Casiano. Okay. Let's view the page. Don't put them in just one page, no? Kasi ang hirap i-check. This is a different page than the, no? Let me look at that, no? Open, there's a button. Open up, there it is. This is side navigator. Where's the open there? This is the close button. Close nav. Open up. Let's look at open up. There it is. This is the open, no? The navigate. Open nav. Where's the side knob? Where's the knob? Where's the knob? My side knob. Ito yung simple computations. First.html. Okay. So it's in a separate source. No? So isa pa lang kasi ano, no? So this is first.html. Okay. Okay. Shall we test this? Okay. Okay. View the source. This is one file, okay? Simple, no? Okay. Walang problema. It's good. It's good, no? It's good. Actually, no? Kasi there's no template that was used. This was hard coded. Obviously, this was hard coded. There's no back to home. Okay. Kanino ito? Kasyano? Back to home, no? Ganyan. Kasyano, balagyan ng back to home.
Yes sir, lagyan ko pa ng ano, yung sidebar sa
Sidebar. Okay, good. Okay. So, yeah. Many of you have put in your no, website, most of you, many, no, that you are designers, no. Those who would like to do or are doing computer graphics design, video editing, video design, no. Some of you there. Now, web design is the next branch for you to develop, no? So if you're interested in design, so this is a good branch for you. No? There's a very recently popular website used for design called canva.com. Very easy to use. You can use it for web design also. Have you used canva.com, everyone? Popular, no? It's not fully free, but there's a free version. Okay. Dumandan. Let's check yours. Okay. Nagbago na ito, no? Now, if you run out of requests, no, you transfer this to somewhere else, no? Assignments.
Okay po, sir.
Okay. I'll check this later, no? Income tax. Wala pa ito. Okay. Wala pa. It's okay, no? As long as you finish this. No? Galyawan. So next meeting, relax na tayo. So I think, no? Many of you are managing this. Okay. So this is a template. Okay. Anyway, it's okay, no? Assignment 1. Kalyawan. Wala pa daw. Okay. View page source. Assignment 1 ito. You put an href. Wala pa namang laman yung ano. Okay. Wala pa namang laman. And then you put a back home. In case. But anyway, you have a home page here. So it's the same thing. Okay. So pwede rin. Haruyama. Ay, sorry. I clicked the wrong place, no? I think I've seen this before. Okay, it's okay now. Okay, so no activities yet, Haruyama.
Yes, sir.
Look at Dinaza. The good thing about W3 Spaces is you have a code editor there. 100. Can you also type here? Okay. Shall we say I type here? Here. So say okay. Okay. Let's look at the source. So this. What happened to this? If we go back home. Javascript.html. This is javascript.html. Meron pa siyang submenu. You repeated the submenu in every page. So ito, balik pala ito. Okay? That's why it's there, no? Repeated pala ito. Okay? It's okay, no? Lozano. Lozano wala pa. Nandito. Ivan. Most of you have done. I've done the first assignment. Anyway, no? Okay. Is there a back to home? There. It's good to place it above, no? So it's easier. So Lozano has. Okay. Oh, 3,000. That's 35,350. Okay. So Lozano has done the first 3 assignments already, okay? Mercader.
Sir, wala pa yan. Like, yung for web page pa lang, pero wala pang dagdag na outputs.
Wala pa itong content. Is there any content already?
No, sir. Yung ano na talaga niya. Wala pa yan na-update actually. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Ayan.
So work on it, no?
Opo, sir.
Odin.
Sir, yung akin po na puno na po yung request tapos naglipat pa ako sa bagong website.
You update me. Where's the website?
Gisan ko pa sa Zoom chat
Okay.
po.
Okay, no problem. Okay. But you can still edit the files, no? In W3 schools.
Yes po,
Odin.
sir.
So I
Yes
think
po.
you can. Nandito pala, oh. If you can still edit
Nagbago
the
po.
files, you can download them. Ito ba?
Yes po. Yes po, sir.
Okay, pareho kayo ng ng template with one of your before, no? But it's okay, no? It's the same template. Umiktin.
Di ko pa na-add yung mga output, sir. Bali,
Sige lang, empty pa.
I'm
Okay. Oh, I think there's something wrong with the way you
Finish.
configure this.
ay,
Or maybe it's empty, no?
i-delete ko yan, sir.
Delete mo. Okay. So, kaya wala, no? Pungase. Let's look at pungases, pelleries, Kay Casas. Casas has transferred to Anyway, wala pa pungase. Casas has transferred to GitHub. Okay.
By the way po, sir, I think done na po yung akin po.
Are you sino ito?
Odin po.
Odin. Can you chat me?
Yes po, sir, yung isan ko lang po na link bago lang po.
I don't see the chat. Sino ito si?
Odin po.
W3 spaces?
Yes po, sir.
Okay. Si Casas, hindi ito sa iyo, no?
Sir, yes po, sir. Long story po. Pero that's the correct link po. I-update ko po.
Okay. So,
Thank
Odin, so you have the same, Is this working already?
Yes po, sir.
All of it?
Yes po.
Okay, very good, no? So Odin has completed. Can you update your Can you update the Daigler quiz on this?
Yes po, sir. Isan ko lang po ulit yung link.
Yeah, in case I forget, no? In case I forget.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. And then we'll have kanino ba tayo Pungase Remoreras. Wala na. So I think you're not finding it hard, no? Considering that this is the first time I've introduced you to this. I assume you have a background on this, no? Nakagawa po ako sa latest attempt. Okay, let's watch that, no? Pungase. Anyway, I'll check everything. We're running out of time now. Okay. So based on your websites, I don't think you're having difficulty. With this. So you can surely finish this before November 3. Okay. And then you can have your sem break. Okay, any questions? So I'll not check na lang, no? I'll review the others. I'll check it myself offline, okay? And po nga no? We're running out of time. Any questions? So next meeting, we will just review, no? Maybe we look at the sample test. Okay. We look at the practice test. And then I'll upload your quizzes on those who who need to take attempts on FA3. I'm sorry, I'm very busy lately. No, I'll give you attempts. No, maybe during the All Saints, All Souls Day holidays. Okay, during Halloween. There's no other time. Okay. So any questions? So see you last meeting. No, next meeting will be our very last lecture session. Okay. So see you all at next meeting. No. Okay. Bye everyone. See you next time. Okay.